Merry morning and moon, beautiful people. It's Moonwind Fairy here with your August 17th fabulous feel-good Friday positive vibes reading. Woo! So, as you know, my darlings, we tell a story, you, me, and my good tarot. Remember that. And Friday is Venus love. I think that's cool. That's right on the bottom. Well, you know what? We're just going to have to use this as the vibe and the theme for the day. That's all I'm saying. I haven't even shuffled the decks or used the magic wand. So anyway, so it's a story. But this is positive vibes. This applies to every one of us, you know? It's just encouragement, inspiration. I don't know. Can't hurt, could it? So, without further ado, we already have our vibe, our theme for the day, which is love. And Friday is the day of love. That just happened to be on the bottom of the deck, so I think that that's what really we need to focus on. And I guess I don't need my magic wand today either. Waha! So, love, the love boat. So the vibe, the energy, the theme that's going to be around us is oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and an exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. All right. I don't need to use the wand because this message is for all of us. All right, so let's see what is emerging, transforming, and or healing. And I will do a Rumi reading at the end. I saw this little girl, Page of Fire. So this is what's emerging, transforming, and or healing. This is fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is enthusiastic, energetic, and passionate good news coming in. But let's see what the good book has to say. Enthusiasm, action, adventurousness, venturing forth, beginning a project, acting on a new idea. I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. So, and that would apply to love too. You know, doing that boldly and enthusiastically. All right, let's see what is the clarification card for our Page of Fire. Ooh, the Hierophant, which is spiritual learning. Oh, we got two major arcanas. I guess we're being spiritual practice. Spiritual practice of love. That's not what it says, but when this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to a spiritual practice to ensure a conscious contact to my higher power. When I have a daily practice of prayer and meditation steeped in gratitude and committed to being a co-creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals are my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. Ooh, getting married. But this is what this fabulous Feel Good Fridays vibe and theme is the spiritual practice of love. Totally. Because it is. So let's see what is emerging. Good night. I know what is solution, outcome, and future. Like I'm always dropping these things. Solution, outcome, and future for this fabulous feel good, love as a spiritual practice way. solution, outcome, and our future. Oh. 5 of water. This is water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But 5 of water is kind of like, you can just snap out of it kind of thing. That's in the regular tarot. It's kind of melancholy, kind of dramatic. Cups are emotional and sentimental. But yeah, see, she's doing the, oh my. So, the solution to being able to have a spiritual practice of love is to snap out of this whining and complaining. And this is actually crying over spilt milk. But let's see what it says in here. Releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall. Forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotions. Totally. So, the solution to our one fabulous feel-good Friday is make love your spiritual practice. But the solution to get that is to get rid of the, snap out of it. Let go of the anger or resentments, all the negative, get rid of those, so that you can make love your spiritual practice. And I think, doing that enthusiastically, sharing your love enthusiastically, and energetically and passionately. So that's the moral of our story. Fabulous August 17th, fabulous Feel Good Fridays. Vibe and theme is make love your spiritual practice. Ta-da! Which is probably the best practice you can have. Okay, let's go see what Rumi has to say. What does Rumi have to say? All right. So these are Rumi's writings, and then I read them. All right. What is the message? What is Rumi's message that we need to hear today on this fabulous Feel Good Friday? Confidence. I think we just had this. Or maybe we didn't. I don't know. But it must be 7. When I move with you. I feel your presence in time and in space. I am not afraid, as you are my beloved. Feeling your strength, I can move heaven and earth. And while others sing about love, I know that I am the Sultan of love. Get out of here. This was all about love, the spiritual practice of love. See? I just like how these things work out. All right, so oh yeah, I did have this recently. It's kind of long, but all right, so in the Greek myth of Narcissus, the hero falls in love with his own reflection in the lake, and this adoration renders him unable to move until he dies. But rather than be a cautionary tale of flaw of vanity, the Persian version of this myth has Narcissus diving in the lake. Narcissus is driven by such love that even though he knows he cannot swim, he takes an immense risk to unite with his beloved. And he drowns. 2 narcissus flowers emerge from the lake. These flowers are his eyes, seeing all of life as a reflection of Narcissus, and in their pleasure they emit the most heavenly fragrance. I like the Persian version. Our afflictive narcissistic tendencies are there because we're staring at our own image, too afraid to dive in. Our narcissism has yet to flower. When it does, and it opens into a truly radiant, glorious love, It is impossible not to be bedazzled by our own infinite nature. But we have to give up all of ourselves, leaving nothing small or trivial behind. In that state, we see that all of life is deserving of our love, our generosity, and our undivided attention. The root of confidence is realizing that the beloved is both the manifest and the unmanifest. Knowing that we draw upon an inexhaustible source of nourishment, we have no other way but to give ourselves fully, to share our treasures, and make choices that benefit our ever-expanding community. This is ripened narcissism. We enter naked into the kingdom of love and become the sultans of love. Dang! Is this just perfect? Perfect! Because Friday is Venus. The planet that rules Friday is Venus, which is love. Our fabulous Feel-Good Friday positive vibe reading is Make Love Your Spiritual Practice, because we're going to be sultans of love. Sultans of swing, sultans of love, to the beat of Sultans of Swing. All right, beautiful people, you have a blessed and beautiful, fabulous Feel-Good Friday, and thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Blessings and love.